and products that have been produced, and they are a result of the support that we've gotten from the YouWin program that was initiated by the Coordinating Minister of the Economy. Now, what are the direct benefits from this program? What has happened is the training has provided them with improved knowledge of how to carry out their businesses, the enterprise, the management, and then also managing their cooperatives, because this we encourage at the startup of the business. Because sometimes you would require a larger group of women, minimum 10, to come together that have similar interests in agricultural production, any aspect of the value chain. And what this does is that it helps them to start up, and as soon as they get stronger, and the more they're getting access to financing that is also provided by this very great program, then they begin to branch out on their own. And again, like I said, you will find the products of these programs out there in the rotunda. What is also happening is that they're now expanding their horizons also and looking beyond just the basic farming of the ordinary cultivation and just selling the products on the market. They are going into the processing, they're adding value to their products. And in addition to that, from the training that they get, they have also learned how to minimize wastage. So for those who are in aquaculture, where you do not sell all of your fish, we provide hygienically fabricated smoking kilns to smoke the fish. So, and that makes sure that the produce lasts longer, and that reduces the wastage. We have large rice processing mills around the country. We've received approval to purchase another 10. These are integrated mills. And again, with the support from the CME and the Ministry of Finance. But the smallholder farmers require much smaller devices to process their rice. You will see examples of these smaller rice mills, the components that are required. Sometimes the cooperative requires maybe just a destoner. Another one requires maybe just the boiler. They have other locally fabricated facilities and equipment that they can use. So this is why this program is important, and this is why we, with all enthusiasm, we have embraced it in the Ministry of Agric. Now, I'll quickly run through the growth enhancement support, because we are also keying that into the YouWin program that we have, and that is improving women's access, not just the men, not just any farmer, into productive resources and the inputs for fertilizers, for seedlings, for feeds, fingerlings, and day-old chicks. And they also benefit from the 50% subsidy on fertilizer, feeds, fingerlings, and day-old chicks. So that means that we have moved away from just subsidizing fertilizer with the e-wallet system and the seeds, and going into other things like the fingerlings and also the day-old chicks, and most recently, mechanization. So on the whole, what this has done is, socially for a woman, she has been empowered. It increases her self-esteem, and it also improves household incomes. And like the CME had already said, once this happens, once the household incomes have improved, then better access to nutrition, which is actually what the woman provides in the house. And then that also automatically brings down the health bill, because then you get children who are not as sick and who have access to good and nutritious food. I would like to thank you. I don't want to take too much time. I have my other colleagues that are coming up here, but I would want to say that the YouWin program is something that should be lauded over and over again. It is an amazing program. We started it, we were part of it. I know that we almost had a riot on our hands in the ministry when the female staff in the ministry insisted that they also wanted to be registered and participate in this. And one of the first things I did when I came as Minister of State was that we had to send them off to a training program and then distributed starter packs for them. So charity begins at home, so they insisted we had to start at the ministry. Thank you very much.
God bless you too. Thank you very much. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, earlier in the presentation of the Coordinating Minister for the Economy and Minister of Finance, she talked about our growing girls that are being able to cope in our gigabyte-infested economy, building computers, writing programs, developing websites, in short, being at the cutting edge of technology. One woman who understands all of that and actually made technology the driver for our economy will be stepping forward here as I invite the Honorable Minister for Communications and Technology, Dr. Mobola Johnson, to talk to us.
Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Honorable Minister of Finance, Honorable Ministers of Agriculture, Health, Environment, Water Resources, Permanent Secretaries, Commissioners of Women Affairs, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Information and communication technologies have become the very fabric of our lives. They really define the way that we work, the way that we live, and the way that we entertain ourselves. But unfortunately, the major indicators in gender-specific online trends reveal that for various cultural, social, and economic reasons, women and girls are omitted from the participation in the digital economy. President Goodluck's transformation agenda very much emphasizes inclusive development, that no woman, no man, no child shall be left behind as Nigeria develops. And so therefore, the role of the Ministry of Communication Technology in the YouWin program is to reverse this gender-specific online gap and also close the digital gender divide. And we're doing this through our interventions in 3 major flagship programs: the Digital Girls Club, the 1000 Girls ICT Training Program, and the Smart Woman Nigeria project. Each of these projects has its own specific objectives. With the Digital Girls Clubs, we're using the philosophy of catching them young, and we're encouraging girls in secondary schools to develop an early interest in careers in ICTs. With the 1000 Girls Training, we are providing young, unemployed female graduates with job-ready skills to improve their chances of success for employment in the ICT sector. And for your information, this sector is one where the demand for jobs is much greater than the supply, not only in Nigeria, but all over the world. The Smart Women program, the SHE program, is really about ICTs to empower women to live better lives. We're bringing the catalytic potential of information and communication technologies within the reach of all Nigerian women, regardless of their social or economic status. The Digital Girls Club curriculum was developed and piloted in 12 federal government colleges around the country. This curriculum was developed for us by 2 women in IT-focused NGOs. About 1,850 girls have been registered. We had a plan to have 100 girls per school, making 1,200. But by the time the pilot finished, we had 1,850 girls registered. The pilot was concluded in September 2014, and the curriculum has been reviewed based on feedback from the teachers, the club managers, and the girls themselves. We are ready to launch a revised curriculum to all federal government girls' colleges and, of course, all other girls' schools and mixed schools with girls in them all over the country. Today, the Digital Girls Clubs is contributing in no small way to removing the gender stereotype in ICTs. And you will hear the testimonies from some of the girls that have participated in these clubs over the last 2 terms. The girls from Federal Government College Jalingo have actually developed or composed an anthem for the Digital Girls Club in their school. And we're actually adopting this anthem all over the country, and we hope that we'll get a chance to hear them sing that anthem today. The 1,000 Girls ICT Training Program is in partnership with Huawei Technologies, who the CME has already recognized.